Another bucket head, and this will be like a standard American wolf or canine fursuit head that I want to make. And yeah, I wonder, I'm like working on a bunch of different fursuit heads, so I'm gonna finish these and then make 2 more, and then probably make 2 more after that. I just want to go through a kind of iterative prototype process where I just make a bunch of these and figure out and fine tune the kind of shapes that I really want to make. So even though this head looks really bad, it'll be a good learning process. Liking this so far. Like from the tutorials I've been watching, I think I made the snout a little smaller because I kind of wanted a little bit of a smaller look. But I'm about to add the cheek parts, and I think the cheek parts, you definitely start to see it look more like a dog. You can definitely start to see it, which is pretty cool. For the past 5 hours, I've been working on these heads, and I feel like I'm gonna be done for the day. I also made myself a martini as a little treat. Well, technically my roommate made it for me because he's a bartender and I know nothing about alcohol, but I did learn that to make a martini, you need gin and vermouth. So there's that. And it's starting to get a little warm, so I better drink it soon. I mean, look at that condensation on there. Also, just look at the mess on this. Like, holy cow, man. I've been clipping and cutting all day today, and I'm just ready to be done. I need to throw this all away and vacuum. But yeah, let's talk about the canine one. I'm pretty happy with it for it to be my first canine. Fixed the nose a little bit. The nose looks a little bit wonky. So I'm about done with it. I think it looks pretty darn good. Like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I just need to leave it alone, because if I keep working on it, I could end up hurting it in some way. I feel like the only thing that really makes me uncomfortable is like this backside right here. I don't know, it looks a little too boxy or geometric, like a can. It looks like a can. For all of the heads that I've worked on, I've had to like add little pieces of foam because I cut too much or at random places unnecessarily. The other thing is, I wonder if I should add teeth to it. I don't know if I'm gonna add teeth or not. I also thought about making the eyes bigger. I think I will make the eyes just a little bit bigger, but not too big, because I want them to look cool. Like, and this isn't an attack on like other fursuit makers, but I feel like they make their heads too cartoony, and the cartoon look just makes the fursuit look less cool. And so with this, I'm trying to make it a little bit more realistic and less cartoony, even though it's definitely cartoony. How's it going, everyone? I'm doing another update video. Right now, I am working on getting him some ears. So I'm using my original demon head to figure out like the ear size, plagiarizing my own work to get the ear shape correctly. I feel like he's mad at me because he's being replaced with other heads right now. Like, especially from this angle, like look how angry he looks. He's just like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you using me just so I can be replaced? So I'm trying to figure out where to put on the horns. Horns are very cool though. Even though it's a canine, you gotta have horns, right? Without horns, you know, horns represent crowns, you know? They're a sign of authority, cardinal leadership. I didn't glue these on, but like, I feel like, yeah, I might need, because if I compare his horns, so I might need to trim this down even more. That's one thing that I've learned about working on this, is that the foam itself looks fine, but once you add fur, everything is like fatter or more swollen looking, even though that's not what you intended. Things just look bigger. I am just about finished, or at least I finished the foam portion. I think it's about done. Yeah, I also trimmed down his cheeks because, I don't know, having like big cheeks just looked a little weird to me. The ears and the horns are a little bit off, like it's a little bit maladjusted, but I don't know, when you're working with foam and gluing it, it's really hard to get it right unless you do it like 1,000 times. And this is only my second one, so I kind of just have to do 100 of these before I start to get it pretty perfect. But also I've been working on some eyes. I think I'm gonna make a very similar eye to my first fursuit head, like that. Although that eye is not very good. I made this one, which is a little bit better. The eye that he's going to have. And also I'm going to fix the eyebrows a little bit. The thing about the eyebrows is I'm probably gonna end up cutting them off anyway, because I might make my eyes a little bit bigger, or I might leave them that same size. I'm not really sure. Since this isn't a kimono fursuit head, so it's not really about having big cute eyes, it's about making him look more cool looking. Here's another one. Now, a lot of fursuit makers, they make their eyes with like the pupil and the iris kind of floating in the middle, but it looks weird. Like, it looks cartoonish and weird, and that's not really how eyes are supposed to look, in my opinion. I mean, obviously with paper it looks stupid, but like, it just looks a little like his eye is popping out instead of, you know, when you take the pupil and kind of cut it in half a little bit, well, or a fourth off, it looks more natural. Because like, if you look at my eyes, right, my eye isn't like, how's it going? Right? My eyelid is kind of cutting it off, and so is my bottom eyelid, right? So you don't see my full iris and pupil. That's why if you do your fursuit head with an eye like this, it just doesn't look good, in my opinion. But if you cut off the pupil a little bit, and then of course the foam of the cheek will cover this up, so it makes the eye look much more natural. Obviously you can do whatever you want, but yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna make for the eye. Now I'm working on the eyes. I gotta put the eyes in before I actually start furring it. You know what's funny? Pretty crazy stuff with Trump almost getting assassinated, right? I think it's interesting because if you watch the astrology video, I talked a lot about Algol, the fixed star Algol, and heads, and I just think it's interesting that I'm talking about heads, like I'm working on another head, and I don't know, it's just kind of funny how the astrology can both be morbid and dark, but also pretty funny too. So I made a lot of different eyes. So this is the original eye that I made for my first fursuit. But getting the proper eyes it's a challenge. Yeah, ultimately I decided on this eye at this size. I do have a feeling that it's a little bit too big. I hope it's not. That is a little bit concerning. I also have this eye as well. And I've just been, I'm not even kidding, I've been staring at my fursuit head for an hour and trying to figure out, like over the span of a couple days, trying to figure out which size of eye that I want. And it's just, I don't know, it's driving me crazy because I just can't, you know how eye doctors are just like, 1 or 2? 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had another person here to be like, yeah, I think you should go with this size. But I have no advisors. I have no people to fall back on. Yeah, like I'm just nervous that this eye is just gonna be too big. And it's like, why did you put in a big eye, you fool? The thing about art that really bothers me is that like you can't do something, see how it looks, and then be like, oh, I don't like it, and then go back in time and then do what you wanted to do. You have to make the mistake and live with the mistake. And I hate that. I hate that about real life art, because digital art, you just make it, and if you don't like it, then you just go back and fix it. Okay, so I got his eyes in. He feels much more different. He's a lot easier to breathe through, that's for sure. And he fits my head a lot better. Like, I've definitely made improvements on that. He's pretty cool. I like him. I see your soul. Okay, so I can't remember if I said this, but I put in the eyes. The eyes have been added. I also put in this felt material, which it's actually coming unglued right here. Putting in the black part for the fursuit head is probably like my least favorite part of the process because it's so tedious and annoying. Like, it's so hard to get your hands in here and to glue it in and to glue it in right. Like, putting it in the mouth right here was it was so annoying and so difficult. So I'm really glad that part is over. And also, when I did put it in, if you can see there, you can barely see the sewing seams in there. I put it in inside out, or like I sewed on the wrong side, so I don't know, but there's sewing seams right there. You can feel it on your nose and it's a little bit annoying, but whatever, I'm not gonna complain. I'm happy with this, I'm fine with it. So I duct taped the whole thing. I don't know, I'm not sure if I wanna keep this or not. I might just pull it off, just rip it off, and he'll just have like normal hair, but I don't know. I'm gonna try and give him some like hair, but yeah. So for the design pattern, I'm gonna have 2 orange stripes right here, and then 2 more orange stripes on the side of his eyes right here. And then his forehead will be black, his mouth part will be white, and then the ears, the background is orange. His fur in his ears is white, and then the outside of his ears is black. The back is black. For his hair, it's going to be black with a kind of, I don't know, it might be black or white with the tips being orange, with like a layer of orange on the outside. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going for. So I'm sewing the face together. This took me probably like 2 hours, which is a huge improvement compared to last time. And I also gave him some, also sorry, I got an air purifier because I don't know, this like these little fibers are toxic. I don't know how toxic they are, but yeah. Hold on. Alright, so here he is with the skin barely hanging on. His eyebrows look pretty cool. Obviously, I think I'm going to cut them down a little bit, but it looks kind of funny. Like, his eyebrows look kind of cool like that, honestly. Okay, just another quick update. I'm about to glue on the fur, and this is always the most nervous part of the process, because if you glue it on wrong, then you know the skin will look weird. And okay, so I'm pretty much almost done. I have a few more things left. I have to cut off some extra fur. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how I get so much extra fur, but whatever. It is what it is. And then of course I also need to add fur on the inside of here, but I accidentally vacuumed up these pieces. If you can see right there, I vacuumed it up. So, and I'm not gonna pull those out and use those because they're dirty. So I'm just gonna cut out some new ones tomorrow and put those in. And then of course, obviously his cheeks look horrendous, right? I mean, that right there looks so ugly. Like, you see these marks right here, and I mean his face looks pretty good, especially the eyes. I think the eyes look very nice. I'm pretty happy with the eyes, but yeah, the cheeks look so bad. I mean, oh my god. I shaved them down so much that you see like these lines right here, so he looks old, or like he has these scars, and his face looks really thin. And I don't know. And I think that will fix the problem. I mean, see how much better he looks already? Add just another layer right here. Obviously cut this. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know, when you can't see these lines like in the camera right now, he looks really good because you can't see the lines. It's just when you show the light, it looks so like, I don't know. All right, everyone, I finally finished him, so let's show the final results. Woo! yeah, I think he looks pretty good. Um, yeah, let's talk about it before I actually put them on. I mean, I think they look okay. I guess it depends on the lighting, but the cheeks really, I wish I left them more fluffy because when I was shaving them, I shaved them down too much. And also, when I was gluing on the cheeks, it was just so, it was such a pain in the butt. So I had to like shave down the fur in a way to make like the wrinkles less wrinkly. And yeah, that I think that's the biggest drawback. But other than that, I feel like it looks pretty good. Yeah, the horns look much better. I mean, we can do a comparison if we want. Got the two twin buddies. Yeah, I mean, I guess it looks okay, but it didn't come out the way I thought it would come out. Yeah, I think he looks pretty awesome. Which one do you like more, guys? Do you like this one or that one? I feel like I like them both so much. I mean, they're like my babies. They're my beautiful false selves. Here's the back. And then also his tongue as well. He has a tongue. So I can take out his tongue. Obviously, he doesn't have any teeth. I was thinking about giving him two like big teeth right here, but I don't know. I just want to get him done. So I put a tongue in here and he looks good. He has a cute little tongue. Yeah, let's try him on, shall we?